A notorious association of Boda Boda or commercial motorcycle riders, Boda Boda 2010, has been accused of acting with impunity for years, beating up members of rival Boda Boda associations, dabbling in politics, especially by mobilizing for the ruling NRM party and even working with the police. But the army seems to have broken the back of the powerful organization. First, by arresting some members after a radio talk show in Kampala, and later picking up the controversial Boda Boda 2010 leader, Abdallah Kitatta, for allegedly working with suspected criminals. Even after that, former opposition FDC party president Dr. Kizza Besigye doesn't expect much. He says Kitatta, who has been working with the regime, especially against the opposition, was only arrested because he had become a liability.
The trouble comes that these outfits are all competing for money to protect the regime. And in that competition, each one is trying to show the other as not efficient or not loyal enough to the power, and therefore to try and be the one to get this money. This is a lot of money, and that is not accounted for.
In March last year, President Yoweri Museveni, who was attending a vigil at the home of slain former police spokesperson Andrew Felix Kawesi, said the police had criminal elements in its ranks.
But the security of some of these groups are infiltrated by the criminals.
This apparent lack of confidence in the force cast the police in bad light, yet it's mandated to keep law and order. On 26 October 2017, the Uganda Human Rights Commission raised concern when members of Boda Boda 2010 beat up pupils and their teachers on Kampala Northern Bypass as they headed for a police function. Their crime was donning the red color, a symbol of opposition to the presidential age limit bill at the time. A member of the commission, Medi Mulumba, calls for close monitoring of the Boda Boda business.
So maybe at the end of the day, we want them regulated, we want them registered, we want them monitored, and we want them at least to know that they are not above the law.
Our argument has always been that the police was at its weakest, because once you are infiltrated and you cannot hold such people to account, then they can engage in excesses.
Besigye says after the first general elections under President Yoweri Museveni were held in 1996, the regime sought to galvanize legitimacy locally and internationally, but slowly lost it and began acting in panic.
The first groups that started doing this was Kakoza Mutale and his Kalangala action plan, who were rampaging all over the country, terrorizing people, beating people. And the people would ask, but where does Kakoza Mutale get all this power from? It is the same power that Kitatta, Boda Boda take.
And I think this is a mistake for civilian kind of individuals to become so powerful that even the police themselves feel quite uncomfortable to deal with such people. And it has to be the military to come and arrest them.
Uganda has over 120,000 Boda Boda riders, with Kampala hosting over 38,000 riders, and the number keeps growing, mainly in urban areas, as the youth seek jobs amidst growing unemployment. Andwarinitwe, NTV, Kampala.